Thousands of minor drug arrests in Chicago are routinely tossed out after a few months or even days. But the effects on those arrested are long lasting. A report from the Sun-Times and the Better Government Association reveals that out of 280,000 cases analyzed between 2000 and 2018, about half were dismissed. More recently, the dismissal rate has soared. About 72% of cases were tossed out in 2018 alone. Joining us to discuss these findings and the impact are Sun-Times reporter Frank Main, who worked on this report along with partners at the BGA, and Garion Gatewood, director of the Illinois Justice Project. Thanks to you both for joining us. Frank, let's start with you, please. What did you discover about why many of these drug arrests are tossed out each year?
So we found that there is an unwritten rule in Cook County. Prosecutors and judges for decades have essentially decided that small amounts of drugs will be dismissed. These cases are like a gram or less of cocaine or heroin. And so people will come into court after they are arrested by the police. And almost immediately when they're in the preliminary hearing, the judge will dismiss the case and they walk out. And we saw people skipping out of court and smiling and, punching the air in joy when they get dismissed. But so we're finding, though, that some people will spend a couple weeks in jail even before this happens. But essentially, it's a catch and release system that doesn't make a lot of sense.
And Frank, just really quickly, give us a sense, a gram or less. How small of an amount is that?
So we had a little image in our story showing a paperclip on a scale, which is about a gram. So it's not a lot.
Not a lot at all. And you also followed the story very closely of Ryan Galloway. Before we get to Garion, tell us about Ryan Galloway, please, Frank.
So Mr. Galloway was a restaurant worker at a soul food place, and he started dabbling in heroin at a party, and he got hooked, and he was arrested in late 2020, and then he got arrested twice this year. In spring and in the summer for very small amounts of heroin, and it essentially wrecked his life. He, couldn't pay child support anymore, couldn't work because of the restrictions that the courts placed on him, and so he lost income, and he lost his freedom for a while.
Garion, from working in criminal justice reform, Frank just touched on this, but what effects do these dead-end sort of drug arrests have on people's lives?
And thank you for the question, Brandon. They can have massive effects, long-term effects, where you see an upheaval, even from a small stint in a prison or jail. People can have an upheaval where they may lose their jobs, they may lose access to a lot of the economic mobility, the opportunities that they had just by a small upheaval in their life. So you think about the trauma of spending a night in prison, and you expedite that to think longer about the longer-term impacts and how it can impact not only them, but their families as well. So it's not just that a person can come in and get out, like Frank mentioned, a catch and release system, but you have to think about the trauma impacts, the impacts that it has on the family, and the impacts that it has on the community at large.
Frank, you mentioned in your article, police, prosecutors, judges, they all knew that these arrests wouldn't go anywhere. How did you reach that conclusion?
So we talked to prosecutors who had served as far back as the 70s, and as recently as Kim Fox. Kim Fox told us that when she was a young prosecutor in 2008, that it felt almost like hazing when she would bring a small drug case to court and it would automatically get dismissed. And you learn real quickly that is the process. But not only prosecutors, we talked to police officers who also, of course, know about this, and judges as well. We talked to judges who said that they were unwilling to send somebody to prison for like a tiny amount of drugs, because many people don't realize this, but even trace amounts of narcotics are a felony in Illinois if you're caught carrying them.
Garion, do you get the sense that, the same kind of unwritten rule exists when you're working on these cases from your end?
Oh, without a doubt. We've seen these unwritten rules, and we've seen the systemic impacts of them, from things that happen in Chicago and Cook County to different areas of the state. We're currently working on some pretrial services work with the Administrative Office of Illinois Courts, and a lot of the conversations that we've been having which includes judges, prosecutors, and public defenders, have all talked about the need to dry people out in the jails, right? So they can learn how to cope with their drug problems, which is a terrible, terrible way of thought, and it's a terrible way of thinking, and it's not a productive manner. It has not been productive in the past and won't be productive going forward. So we have to continue to educate folks, right? Law enforcement seems to be split on this, where we've seen opposition to some of these massive changes that are coming. But at the same time, we've seen a lot of leaders in law enforcement step up and say, hey, we are not, this is not what we signed up to do. We're not service providers. We are not, this is just not, we're not a drug treatment facility. So we need to take better approaches. We need to really partner with communities to think deeper about how we can help them and provide the resources that they are needing.
And Gary, briefly before we let you go, we know that Illinois lawmakers have been working on downgrading possession of small amounts from a felony to a misdemeanor. Do you see this happening anytime soon, in about 30 seconds?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we see it happen soon. We were really excited to see it move through the Illinois House of Representatives. It stalled a bit in the Senate, but even with that stalling in the Senate, we're excited to see what can happen in the future. We've seen, again, a lot of support from various members of the General Assembly from, each chamber, and we hope to see that the success of the Reducing Barriers of Recovery Coalition continue to work towards better outcomes in the future.
Okay. Frank Main and Gary and Gatewood, thanks to you both for joining us. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.